What's up, guys? Jiraiya here, and welcome back to another episode of my Jiraiya's Topic Wednesdays. I woke up this morning to the news of Donald Trump winning the presidency. And while I was taking my son to school, he asked, "Who was going to be president of the United States, Dad?" And I replied, "Guess who?" And he said, "Hillary Clinton." All happy. I grinned, and then I replied, "Donald Trump. Donald Trump's son, Donald Trump." His reaction was priceless, but I noticed that he got quiet for a few minutes, and then he asked, "Does this mean that we be sent back to Africa or become slaves again?" And I was shocked. I was puzzled. I paused because I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting to even know these things. And then he said, before I could even get the words out of my mouth while I'm brainstorming how to reply back to this, he took a deep breath and he said, How? How can people vote for him after all the mean things he has said and done? We're told at school not to be mean to one another and to love one another and to care for each other. But he says all these things about everybody. He's a bully. He's a bad role model for all of us. I was even more stunned hearing these things comes out of my 7-year-old son's mouth. I was really stunned that he asked me these questions, and the fact that he said with conviction as if he understood what the words were coming out of his mouth meant. And it really bothered me because I've never heard that from him before, and he's never heard me speak of any ill will towards anyone. That's not something I want my kids to be around. It really made me very, very mad and sad to know that he felt that way, that he was feeling hurt inside. And the fact that obviously he's being exposed to that, and obviously it was at school because he said his friends, wanted Hillary to win. And I think they did a polling in class, and I guess majority of the people voted for Hillary Clinton, or majority of the kids in the whole school, so to speak. So I guess he was surprised. But what was surprising to me is that at that moment I said to myself, well, if my son feels this way, there's probably plenty of other kids around this world that feel some type of way and are absolutely confused about what has happened. I knew at that point that I probably ruined the rest of his day as well with the news of who was going to be president. And just the fact that he seemed so confused, and the thought that was going through my head about other kids, other parents trying to explain to their kids if they ask that, and how confused they must be about, due to all the negativity that Trump has presented us with over the course of this, this election season. Many of you guys are now asking yourselves, what the hell happened on election day? And rightfully so. A lot of people in this country and around the world wasn't expecting what happened on election day. It's as simple as that. And that definitely showed in the many news outlets around the world, in this country, and of course the stock market as well. We now have to ask ourselves, why did this happen? Why did a man of Donald Trump's reputation won the presidency of these United States of America? That's a question that I can't answer for anyone else but myself. But I do believe that it's due to a number of different reasons or different things. And one of them for sure, in my book, is because people are tired of the current system of politics and corruption that goes on and craves change. The result of this election has divided this country even more, and have a lot of people as well as other countries afraid and worried of what might happen under Donald Trump's presidency. And that really stems from what they've seen throughout, of course, his campaign and, of course, this election. People can't just simply forget those things because it's very damaging. A lot of people have mixed messages with regards of whether it's racism and sexism and so forth, etc. I know personally a lot of people that told me they weren't voting for Hillary Clinton because They just can't have or stand a Clinton being in office, or they can't stand, of course, a woman being in office. This I can tell you, I guarantee plenty of guys and a few women too who have said that. Oh, I don't want a woman in office, we rather a man. These are things that they have said to me. And I've also spoken to some people that were just radical and just literally hate the fact that there was so much people moving into this country, and the fact that they can come here and get jobs, and jobs that these people don't even do. There's one guy I mentioned to him, what jobs do these people do that you of course do, or you do yourself? Would you go and cut grass or work as janitor or whatever? And he couldn't reply back to it. He said, you make a point there, but still. and I just smile. A friendly conversation, because I like to see what's going on in people's mind. I don't judge anyone. But it was very much surprising to me. Right now, there's people writing and are absolutely pissed off because they feel like there was some cheating that went on and all these different things. All I would say is people have the right to protest. Do so, of course, peacefully. At the end of the day, people didn't come out and voted like they were supposed to. Or at least for the other side. I'll put it that way. Obviously, for the Republican Party, their people, their voters showed up, and thus Donald Trump is the winner. For Hillary Clinton, I felt like a lot of people didn't show up. I guess they felt like they had it in the bag. Not quite sure what happened or what may have went wrong. But nevertheless, it shows that a lot of people didn't show up like they were supposed to, especially in African American communities as well. What this simple means is that if you didn't go and vote, regardless of the color of your skin, race, so forth, ethnicity, and so forth, you don't have any right to say anything. I know plenty of people that didn't go and vote, and their excuse is, oh, I totally forgot, or I got off work late, or some just didn't even thought about it. And this is what our democracy has become. People just not really caring too much about it. And it's really sad, because you have people who weren't born in this country who would love the opportunity to vote because they're on the outside and they can see the manipulation and so forth that goes on, myself included, because I wasn't born in this great country. But I can see these things that goes on both sides. And it does make you wonder, are people just programmed one way and one way only? And that's whether to be Democrat or Republican. Because obviously to me, I don't think there's any such thing as being conservative. You can say you're conservative, but you're going to be leaning one way or the other more than you do, of course, one side. You're either Republican, but you love a few things on the Democratic side, so that means you're leaning more Republican, but you do, of course, like some, Democratic ideas. And then, of course, that goes the opposite way too as well. You can be, of course, a bit extreme, and you can also be somewhere near close to the middle. But I don't think you're fully just down the middle. And that's just my opinion again, of course, guys. Obviously, that's just what I think and what I feel. At this point, all we can do is wait and see what will happen. What would Donald Trump do? Let's see how he approaches this, especially with such a big divide. Because as you guys know, Hillary Clinton, of course, won the popular vote. The last time I checked, I think it was like 54 to 56 to Donald Trump's 40 or 41%. So it's a pretty decent margin there. But obviously, she lost the election. All I want to say is, every one of us needs to take a deep breath, go back to the drawing board, rethink what happened, think about why it happened, and try to better yourself. Don't let this election ruin you as an individual. And most importantly, reassure your kids that things will get better, especially these young ones that are understanding certain things that are actually going on. And hopefully we can see, of course, a new president to come out, and he can address some of these situations and bring the country together. Because right now, a lot of people are pissed. The country is divided, and it's not a good look. We can all think to ourselves, it's not a good look in America. Just imagine what the world and how the world is seen us. Right now, there's people absolutely can't even grasp the idea that Americans voted for Donald Trump. With that said, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Just wanted to share that with you guys, share my thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me? Disagree with me? Let me know your thoughts and opinion. Are you guys happy that Donald Trump won? Are you guys, not happy that you won, let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinion, as well as any other suggestions you guys may have for another topic video. And of course, guys, with that said, I'm your host, Jiraiya. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to leave a like, share, subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.